1, 2, 3.
Heart pounding.
It's an extremely big achievement. I can't even explain, like, just the feeling of it. I did that.
Drenched in sweat.
Happy Mom, Billy!
Well, Billy is just a hard-working player.
And no excuses.
Brooklyn Ballet is a ballet company founded to reflect the diversity of Brooklyn.
These are some of America's most inclusive sports stories. Karate. Mr. Miyagi would be proud of these karate kids.
It is my talent.
Ballet. This cast is setting a new ballet standard.
What we present is ballet and is representative of the borough of Brooklyn.
And football. Stepping onto the gridiron without the ability to hear.
I know it wouldn't stop me from doing anything that I want to do.
No matter the odds, get out there and get going. This is Pumped. First stop, Texas.
They've been excluded many times in their lives from all types of activities. There's no abnormality here. Martial arts is many things to many people and certainly everything to many instructors. We have a little blind young man, his name is Noah. We have an autistic young man who is 12 years old, his name is Finley. These kids will be bowing, they'll be raising their hands to speak, and it becomes obvious to you that the martial arts is more than kicking and punching.
When Noah was 5 years old, we moved into a different elementary school, and we were interested in karate. We felt like it was something that a visually impaired 5-year-old could participate in.
Left hand, right hand. My main goal is to learn martial arts, even as a blind child. Chariot, Kyungi, face the flags. Chariot, Kyungi.
Very good. We bow into each other and we bow into the Grand Masters. When I met Noah, he was 5 years old. He was able to count steps to know where he was supposed to be on the mat. If you look at Noah, you would wonder how he does it. He's curious, he's adventurous, he's bold. The same way I teach Noah, I teach any child.
I am Finley Hazeldine, and I'm a black belt here at Houston Karate Academy.
Finley is diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder, but my younger son, Drew, is typically developing.
My name is Drew Hazeldine. I am a black belt at the Houston Karate Academy.
We started at Houston Karate Academy because of Noah Folliter. Jordan, his mother, invited us, and when she told me there was a special needs karate class, of course I wanted to enroll Finley right away.
Junbi, up. Houston Karate's been in business 35 years, and I actually opened originally to teach special needs. It also was my passion to include everyone in the martial arts. Line up, everyone. We have everything from autism to Down syndrome to cerebral palsy. Just some children just have physical abnormalities.
The first day that we came to class, Finley, all he could do was play a game in the mirror with himself where he would fall and disappear, and he thought it was great fun, and I was mortified.
I began karate because my mom thought it would be a fun idea to know karate because I had never done it. She knew that I would like it.
Up.
3.
Very good. Have a seat. With the spectrum, the autism spectrum being so well defined now, we know closely what we have and how to work with it in the student.
1, 2.
Many of our autistic kids are very good at this. Some can remember everything I say to them. That was excellent.
Mrs. Cunningham was teaching him the different martial arts terms for the different positions of the weapons and for the weapons themselves, and he would remember week to week exactly what those were, exactly how to say them. Yeah, Finley can nail that.
It's kind of difficult to learn, but I still love karate. It is my talent.
The students in this class are much less inhibited. They'll share more about their personal lives, more about their home lives and school. So you may hear something that you think a parent thinks, wish they hadn't told that out loud, but for me, it gives me insight, and it helps me work with that child a little better.
I think that all the kids in this particular program are unique, and they each have their challenges, but they each bring so many strengths to this program. Quirky things happen every day here, but it's just one of those things that we embrace and everybody recognizes and we build upon.
I have 2 adult young men that are special needs themselves, and they are my assistant instructors, and they are wonderful. One is Tim. He's a black belt. He trains in the adult program.
I can connect with them on that level and understand what they're going through in this phase of their life.
I use my sense of hearing and feeling to accomplish everything I do on this mat.
We rarely had to touch Noah. Pick this direction of my voice, Noah. 3. His interpretation of our words has been enough.
Yeah.
Excellent. And how do we get him to black belt? He had a strong desire to be a black belt. That's how anyone gets the black belt.
Through karate, Noah has developed a very strong sense of self and a silent confidence about him, and just a certain strength that he otherwise would not have been able to have developed outside of the Karate Academy. More than anything else, he has developed a really invaluable set of friends and community here at the Karate Academy.
We've just kept them together this entire time because they both have learned and grown from each other. Mrs. Cunningham kept telling us that martial arts instills discipline, and I mean, I thought we're so many steps away from discipline, we're not even to attention. But she was right. Now he not only participates in class, but he leads the class as a junior black belt, which is amazing to me looking back to our first days here. I think Mrs. Cunningham has a really unique way of being strict and a disciplinarian, and at the same time being loving and nurturing to them. It's just kind of a unique mix. And also they get to hit things, which they enjoy.
We treat them exactly the same. We may have to redirect attention 10, 20 times a class, where we don't have to do that in other classes. But it becomes normal in this class.
And what Finley and Drew have both gained from it is invaluable. And if I could tell a parent who brings their child in the door with special needs, don't turn away. And don't turn away after the first class. And don't turn away after the 5th class, because those are going to be struggles. And you're going to think, oh, my kid can't do this. We can't do this. But you can. They can. And if my kid can do it, your kid can do it.
Coming up, this diverse cast is shaking up the ballet world.
It's a new kind of ballet.
We're all about diversity.
That's in its mission.
And later, a young man's journey to play football.
Go! 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 I love the physical part of it. Go! You can hit somebody and not get in trouble for it.
Despite his disability.
Even though I'm hard of hearing, I don't expect special treatment.
You're watching Pumped. Welcome back to Pumped.
It's being performed with a diverse cast.
We're heading to Brooklyn.
Brooklyn Ballet is a ballet company that I founded in 2002 to reflect the diversity of Brooklyn. That's in its mission.
Brooklyn Ballet here, we're all about diversity and being inclusive, and not just of like ethnicity, but like dance forms and just in general.
Our repertory, our creative process, what we present is representative of the borough, and it is ballet. And it's a new kind of ballet. Not only do we work with the classical canon and bring that to our dancers and to our community, but we also bring dancers from different styles. Particularly, I've been working with 4 hip-hop dancers, street dancers. This particular piece that we're premiering, the really special moment in this program, is the Patakat. And Patakat is a dance that was performed by the 4 reigning ballerinas in 1845.
It's so exciting that we're getting to perform it here with Brooklyn Ballet.
It just seemed like the perfect piece with these 4 dancers who I've known now over the years, and I just wanted to give them a super role to play. I realized actually just recently that this is the first time, I guess in the history of this piece, and it's over 100 and odd years old, that it's being performed with a diverse cast.
In working together with people with different backgrounds, you just learn so much, like different ways of thinking. That works really well, like both in learning choreography, in movement, and just social interaction between one another.
The conversation does seem to be shifting, and we've been, I would say, at the forefront of not just having a conversation, but just doing it. What's in the way?
I believe that we will continue growing into the more diverse environments. It's just going to take a lot of patience and supporting one another.
Next, there is no halftime for this cheerleader.
Come on, Kyler.
My name is Kyler Carrion.
He was talented.
I'm from Groves, Texas.
Fun to watch the guy.
I was a junior in high school this past year.
He's only been tumbling for a few years. I mean, it's not like this is something he's done his whole life.
I also was on the varsity cheer team at P&G High School.
But he was just passionate about it. If you were in cheerleading, you already knew of Navarro.
The cheer show? I just finished it actually like a week ago. It was my 4th time to watch it.
It's big, and they're even bigger now that they have the show.
Like, I just want to feel those feelings. I want to go through what they're going through. I want to experience all that. When I was in 5th grade, I just like would watch gymnastics videos and just be in awe about like, oh my gosh, they do these flips. Like the passion that they had for like flipping. When I was probably a sophomore in high school, I was at the football games and everyone was just always like, oh my gosh, like look at him. Like I just like caught people's eye and it was just so humbling, and it did everything for my confidence, and like I just thought that I could maybe be something one day. Navarro College is a 14-time collegiate national champions. I always heard about it. I was like, whoa, like I want to be a part of that. I tried out in January.
I was optimistic.
I had just got done talking about it, like how I hadn't got an email, how I haven't heard anything. And I look at my phone and I see Monica Aldama.
Oh man.
And then I see the word congratulations and I just like froze. I was just like,
stunned excitement.
I didn't even read it the rest of it. I just saw the word congratulations.
Spot.
Like, wow, I am good enough. Like, I actually can be something. It's an extremely big achievement. Like, just to even say that I'm a Navarro cheerleader, even the title, just, it's something that I will always look back on in my life, that I did that.
Coming up, how a hard of hearing athlete plays football.
I don't wear my hearing aid during practice or a game.
So one of the adjustments was having the interpreter.
Very special to have somebody like her to interpret for me.
Then, we learn why ping pong is good for Parkinson's. You're watching Pumped. Welcome back to Pumped. We're heading to Texas.
My name is Billy Haynes, B-I-L-L-Y-H-A-Y-N-E-S. I'm a 3rd-year varsity student, and I'm severely hard of hearing.
Let's go!
Here's what the game sounds like.
Let's go, Kansas! Let's go! Move that ball!
I've been playing football since the 7th grade, so about 6 years.
Go! 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 Go!
I love the physical part of it.
Go!
The hard work you put in. You can hit somebody and not get in trouble for it. I don't wear my hearing aid during practice or a game. One of the major challenges was not being able to communicate with my other teammate.
I provide the communication for Billy whenever the coaches are talking or another teammate is talking to him.
Get your hand up there, get ready to punch it.
To make sure that he understands
I want you there, just like this.
what he needs to do.
I knew I could play football, even though I'm hard of hearing. I know it wouldn't stop me from doing anything that I want to do.
Billy
was born with the hearing loss, and I noticed when he was about 2 or so, he was always talking, but we didn't understand a word he was saying. They didn't test him till 3, and we found that he was hearing impaired. Billy always wanted to play football.
As a little kid, I would watch it every Sunday, Thursday, Monday. Anytime there was football, I was watching it.
As parents, his dad and I were worried about him getting hurt, so we didn't let him play like youth football or anything. But when he got to 7th grade, we couldn't hold him back anymore, and we allowed him to play with the school.
It was one play and then we're back in.
Well, Billy is just a hard-working, dedicated, I call it maintenance-free guy. So it's the academic, the behavior, and then awesome teammate and player.
Everybody got it? Did you get all that, Billy? Mm-hmm. All right, turn around. We're going for the 20-yard.
What makes him unique, I guess, is that he's very hard of hearing. But this is my 3rd year working with Billy, so it's just another day at practice.
I don't wear my hearing aid during practice or game. My hearing aids are pretty expensive, and I sweat a lot. So I'm not able to hear what my coach tried to say from the sideline.
So we've had to make some adjustments.
That's what they like to do out of this, is sprint out to the trip side.
One of the adjustments was having the interpreter around. She has been awesome.
I grew up with football, watching football and surrounded with football. Do I understand a lot of it? No, but I enjoy it.
She's been with me since elementary. I definitely enjoy her commitment. Very special to have somebody like her to interpret for me.
We got a gap left here, Marcus, so where are you lining up on?
She's like a member of the coaching staff and team, but, you know, I pace around a lot. The first adjustment was to make sure I didn't run into her while I was talking to the team.
Let's go. I don't know if she was a football fan, but she took some time to get used to all the plays, all the different signals, all the things I needed to do.
I've learned a lot about football. There's still a lot I don't understand. I'm like, oh, what do they mean by that? But yes, I've learned a lot about football over the last couple of years. I provide the communication for Billy whenever the coaches are talking or another teammate is talking to him.
So you're right there on the edge.
To make sure that he gets what he needs to do.
Go right now, go.
You know, when we make adjustments, we do some hand signals, we do some wristbands to make sure we communicate. So we got to communicate with him in a different way.
Ready. Right hand down. Rock forward.
When we're coaching a group, she's got to help him out with what we're telling the entire group.
Gentlemen, shake hands one last time.
He has developed himself into a really good football player. He's a starter and a captain for us on the football team, so he's a successful piece of our defensive unit. Our expectations for him aren't any different than anybody else's, and he wouldn't want it any other way.
My coach definitely don't take it easy on me.
Help him up, Billy.
He expects the best out of me.
Outside, Billy. Billy, stay outside of that.
Even though I'm hard of hearing, I don't expect special treatment. There definitely are some advantages of not being able to hear. Since I play defense, the quarterback would try to do a hard count. I won't fall for that because I can't hear it. I can hear a little bit of trash talk. I kind of trash talk myself, so it's part of the game. I have a couple of teammates that try to learn sign language. They can talk to me on the field and off the field. It makes me feel proud that they put in the effort to try to talk to me through sign language.
Hey, get in it.
If I don't understand what the plays are or whatever the coaches are calling,
that's what I'm trying to tell you.
I'll interpret the best I can, and then I go back and I'll ask the coach, okay, what did you mean by whatever he was calling? And then I'd go back and explain to Billy, okay, he said this, and we would come up with a sign together.
So be heads up for that, the guys that are responsible.
During the game, she's on the sideline right next to my coach, giving me the signal just in case.
It's kind of scary at times. I mean, there's a couple times I've gotten bumped or knocked over.
All right, let's go, down here.
There's a lot of running and trying to get to where Billy needs to be. Sometimes it takes me a little bit longer to get there, but I get a very good workout over here.
Well, like any parent, I was certainly worried that he would get hurt, but I was so proud of him that he didn't let that hearing impairment stand in his way. He went after what he wanted. I don't worry about him too much. Of course, you know, that's my baby out there, and I don't want to see him on the bottom of the pile, but I'm excited for him. I'm glad that he gets to do what he loves.
Oh, you so slow, Hollywood. I'm a lineman. I know, come on.
Coming up, Parkinson's patients proudly practice ping pong.
Ping pong is never boring.
You're watching Pumped. Welcome back to Pumped. We're heading to New York.
Ping pong is never boring. There's some magic with this spinning ball in the air that we're like cats, you know, when I play with the ball. Humans are the same. You try it.
Ping Pong Parkinson has arrived to Westport, New Jersey to help those battling Parkinson's disease. Using table tennis as a form of therapy, players from all over New Jersey will have the opportunity to come and engage their motor and cognitive skills affected by this disease.
Parkinson's is a neurodegenerative disease where a chemical in the brain called dopamine starts to decline. Dopamine is a chemical that is important for your movements as well as your mood. So when your brain stops producing dopamine, you start to become slow, you start to become stiff, and you might also have a tremor. And those are the cardinal symptoms that we use to diagnose somebody with Parkinson's.
I was diagnosed with Parkinson's 10 years ago, and I'm a professional musician. And 6 years later, I could not play guitar anymore. And so it was a little bit sad. But then I started, a friend of mine invited me to the Westchester Table Tennis Center to play ping pong. And I played once and I felt good next day. And so, all right, movement and all of this. And then I went twice a week. And so 6 months later, I could play guitar again. So I reversed some symptoms. So that was groundbreaking for me. All right, good.
We've seen a variety of different improvements. I mean, I can tell you with the founder in particular, he ended up not being, he was a professional musician. He ended up not being able to play the guitar at some point because of his motor symptoms of Parkinson's. Through playing ping pong, he ended up being able to go back to playing the guitar. He ended up getting about 50% of his functioning back. We've had other patients that ended up noting a difference just in one session a week. So they ended up really noticing a big improvement in their memory, in their processing speed, in their visual attention. They ended up getting better and better at targeting the ball, at hitting the ball, but also strategizing how to hit the ball back so that they'll win that point. We've had patients that have come and not been able to actually stand and hit the ball back, but through weeks and months of work, so to speak, of play, they've been able to play at a competitive level.
It's more than physical. It's emotional. It's a support group also. Let's not undermine that, because people, as you see these faces, people, look at these smiles. Look at the smiles on the people. It's just like you can't buy that.
Have a favorite spot to get pumped? Tell us on social media.